Sadie Thompson's world shattered in the crowded terminal of JFK Airport when a furious passenger accused her of stealing a first-class seat upgrade, screaming slurs about her deviant lifestyle in front of hundreds of onlookers. But as security dragged her away, the real culprits, her own conservative in-laws, emerged from the shadows, their forged documents exposing a web of sabotage aimed at destroying her custody battle. In that moment, Sadie realized the betrayal ran deeper than a flight. It was a calculated strike against her identity as a lesbian single mother, forcing her to confront the fractures in her life she had long ignored. The chaos erupted without warning. Sadie had been juggling her 5-year-old daughter Lily's backpack and her own carry-on, her mind racing through the mental checklist for their cross-country flight to California. She was exhausted from the custody hearing earlier that week, where her ex-partner's family had painted her as an unfit parent simply because of who she loved. As she approached the gate, a burly man in a business suit shoved past her, his face red with rage. "That's my seat. You think you can just waltz in here and take what's not yours, you freak?" His voice boomed, drawing stares. Sadie froze, confusion turning to horror as he waved a boarding pass identical to hers, but for the premium cabin. Whispers rippled through the crowd. "Did you hear? She's one of those." Security arrived swiftly, cuffing her wrists as Lily clung to her leg, tears streaming down her small face. It was only when the airline staff scanned the passes that the discrepancy appeared. Hers was legitimate, earned through miles from years of business travel as a marketing executive. But the damage was done. Viral videos captured the scene, branding Sadie as the villain in a story that twisted her sexuality into the punchline. Back at home in Brooklyn that evening, after posting bail and retrieving Lily from a frantic babysitter, Sadie collapsed onto her couch, her phone buzzing incessantly with notifications. Social media was ablaze. Hashtags like SeatStealerMom and Lesbian Liar trending. Her boss had already called, suspending her pending an investigation into public conduct unbecoming of the company. How had this happened? She replayed the day. The anonymous tip to the passenger, the forged upgrade voucher slipped into his hand. It smelled of setup and her gut pointed to one source, the Harrisons, her ex-partner Emily's affluent, Bible-thumping parents. Emily and Sadie had been together for 7 years, building a life until Emily's death in a car accident 2 years ago. The Harrisons, who never accepted their daughter's relationship, had been fighting for custody of Lily ever since, claiming Sadie's lifestyle was harmful. This airport fiasco felt like their escalation, a public shaming to sway the judge. Sadie's mind swirled with inner turmoil. She had always prided herself on resilience, rising from a working-class background in rural Pennsylvania to a successful career in New York. Coming out in her 20s had been her first major battle, alienating her own family who viewed it as a phase or worse, a sin. Meeting Emily at a charity gala had been a beacon. Emily, with her infectious laugh and unyielding support, made Sadie believe in happily ever after. They adopted Lily together, a tiny bundle of joy that completed their family. But Emily's death left Sadie adrift, grieving while fending off the Harrisons' relentless attacks. "You're not her real mother," Mrs. Harrison had sneered in court. "God didn't intend this." The words echoed, fueling Sadie's doubts. Was she enough for Lily? Did her love make her a target, or was she selfish for holding on? The next morning, Sadie met her lawyer, Carla, at a bustling coffee shop in Manhattan. Carla, a sharp-witted Latina in her 40s, slid a folder across the table. "This wasn't random. The passenger who accused you? He's a distant cousin of the Harrisons. And that voucher? Traced back to their IP address." Sadie's hands trembled as she read the evidence. Emails plotting to expose her deviance and turn public opinion. The betrayal stung like acid. Emily had promised her family would come around, but this proved otherwise. "We fight back," Carla urged. "File for defamation, subpoena their records." But Sadie hesitated. Exposing them meant dragging Lily through more mud, reliving Emily's memory in court. Was revenge worth the emotional toll? She thought of Lily's innocent questions. "Why do people yell at you, Mommy?" The child's confusion mirrored Sadie's own, balancing protection with truth. As days blurred into weeks, the pressure mounted. Sadie's suspension turned into whispers at work, colleagues avoiding her gaze. Friends offered support, but the isolation crept in. One evening, she confided in her best friend, Mia, over wine in her cozy apartment. Mia, a straight ally and fellow single mom, listened intently. You can't let them win, Sadie. This is about more than a seat. It's about who gets to define family. Mia's words ignited a spark, but doubt lingered. What if fighting back confirmed the stereotypes they hurled? A lesbian mom is aggressive, unstable? Society's lens was unforgiving. Headlines twisted her story into sensationalism, ignoring the Harrisons' bigotry. The turning point came during a therapy session. Dr. Reyes, a compassionate psychologist specializing in LGBTQ+ issues, probed gently. What are you afraid of losing? Sadie broke down, admitting her fear of failing Lily, of proving the world right that her love was lesser. But hiding isn't strength, Dr. Reyes countered. Confrontation is. Empowered, Sadie decided to press charges. The Harrisons' response was swift, a countersuit accusing her of harassment, claiming she fabricated evidence to play the victim card. The media frenzy intensified, pitting Sadie's vulnerability against their polished facade. In the midst of this storm, Sadie reconnected with Jordan, an old flame from college. Jordan, now a journalist in D.C., reached out after seeing the news. Their video call rekindled forgotten warmth. Jordan's hazel eyes still held that pull. I always knew you'd fight like hell, Jordan said. But Jordan carried her own baggage. A recent divorce from a man, questioning her bisexuality amid family pressure. Their conversations deepened, evolving from support to subtle flirtation. Sadie felt alive again, but guilt gnawed. Was this betrayal to Emily's memory? Timing couldn't be worse, with custody hanging by a thread. The first court date loomed, a sterile room in the Brooklyn family court. Sadie sat rigidly, Lily coloring quietly beside her. The Harrisons entered, Mr. Harrison's stern face masking triumph. Their lawyer painted Sadie as manipulative, using her alternative lifestyle to garner sympathy. Witnesses testified to the airport incident, twisting facts. Sadie's heart pounded as Carla cross-examined, revealing the forgery. Gasps echoed when emails surfaced. We'll make sure no judge gives custody to that kind. The judge adjourned, but the damage to Sadie was palpable. Lily's nightmares increased, whispering about mean grandparents. The fallout from the hearing rippled through Sadie's life like aftershocks. Reporters camped outside her brownstone, flashing cameras invading her privacy. Lily's school called, concerned about bullying, classmates echoing slurs they'd heard online. Sadie's resolve hardened. She couldn't let this define her daughter. She enrolled Lily in counseling, but the sessions unearthed Sadie's own unresolved grief. Nights alone, she questioned every decision, choosing Emily over her family's approval, adopting despite warnings, now pursuing Jordan amid chaos. Was love worth this perpetual battle? Jordan flew in for support, their reunion at a quiet cafe electric. At 32, Jordan was as captivating as ever, short black hair framing a face that blended strength and softness. They talked for hours, Jordan sharing her struggles, marrying young to please her conservative Virginia family, only to realize her heart leaned toward women. I betrayed myself, Jordan confessed. Watching your fight inspires me. Their hands brushed, a spark igniting. Sadie pulled back. Timing, ethics, everything screamed caution. But Jordan's kiss later that night, tender and urgent, shattered her defenses. It was a decision born of need, but the price loomed. If discovered, it could fuel the Harrisons' narrative of instability. The affair, if that's what it was, unfolded in stolen moments. Jordan stayed in New York, ostensibly covering the story, but their evenings blurred lines. Sadie felt reborn, Jordan's empathy soothing wounds Emily's death left raw. Yet guilt festered. One night as Lily slept, Sadie confided her fears. What if I'm just repeating mistakes, dragging someone else into this mess? Jordan held her. Love isn't a mistake. Hiding it is. But society disagreed. Tabloids speculated, linking Jordan's visits to scandalous affairs. Sadie's boss extended her suspension, citing distractions. The Harrisons escalated, leaking old photos of Sadie and Emily at Pride events, framing them as indoctrination. Public opinion split. Supporters rallied with Stand With Sadie, while detractors spewed hate mail. Sadie's mother called for the first time in years, her voice laced with disapproval. This is what happens when you choose that path. The rejection reopened old scars, forcing Sadie to confront her internalized shame. Was her identity the root of suffering, or the bigotry around it? Carla uncovered more. The Harrisons had bribed the passenger, documents proving financial ties. This could end them, Carla said. But victory felt hollow. Exposing it meant testifying about Emily's final wishes, her will naming Sadie sole guardian. The Harrisons had contested it, claiming undue influence. Sadie agonized. Reveal the truth and risk Lily learning her grandparents' malice young? Or settle, preserving illusions at her expense? Jordan's presence complicated matters. Her editor assigned her the story officially, creating ethical dilemmas. I can't be objective, Jordan admitted. But recusing means abandoning you. Their relationship deepened but cracks appeared. Jordan's family discovered her orientation through the coverage, disowning her via a scathing letter. You've shamed us. Jordan's pain mirrored Sadie's, bonding them further, but also highlighting the costs. One argument erupted. Sadie accused Jordan of using her for a scoop. Jordan fired back about Sadie's emotional walls. Reconciliation followed but trust frayed. The second hearing was brutal. Sadie took the stand, voice steady despite trembling hands. She detailed the sabotage, the emotional toll on Lily. The Harrisons' lawyer grilled her. Isn't your relationship with Ms. Hayes proof of poor judgment? Sadie's heart sank. How did they know? Private investigator, it turned out. The revelation painted her as reckless, shifting focus from their crimes. The judge recessed, leaving Sadie reeling. That night she confronted Jordan. Did you leak it? Jordan denied, but doubt seeded. In therapy, Dr. Reyes delved deeper. Betrayal isn't just external. What are you betraying in yourself? Sadie realized her fear of vulnerability stemmed from past rejections. Coming out had cost family, Emily's death, purpose. Jordan offered hope, but at what price? Lily's well-being trumped all. Sadie decided to pause the romance, prioritizing custody. Jordan understood, but the goodbye stung. A sacrifice for stability. Public backlash intensified post-hearing. Protests outside court. Supporters chanting for equality. Opponents wielding signs decrying moral decay. Sadie's company fired her, citing reputational risk. Financial strain hit hard, savings dwindling, bills piling. She freelanced, but opportunities scarce amid scandal. Mia helped with childcare, but isolation grew. One low point. Lily asked, "Am I why people hate you?" Sadie's tears flowed. Her daughter's innocence shattered by adult prejudices. Desperation fueled Sadie's next move. With Carla's urging, she went public in an interview with a sympathetic outlet. Seated under bright studio lights, she bared her soul. The love for Emily, the joy of motherhood, the pain of discrimination. This isn't about a seat. It's about denying families like mine exist. The piece went viral, shifting narratives. Donations poured in for legal fees. Celebrities amplified her story. But the Harrisons countered with a press conference, tearfully claiming victimhood. We're protecting our granddaughter from confusion. The backlash against the Harrisons mounted. Investigations revealed their ties to anti-LGBTQ+ groups, funding campaigns against same-sex adoption. Public outrage turned the tide. Sadie's firing sparked boycotts against her former employer, leading to her reinstatement with back pay. Empowerment surged, but inner conflict persisted. Success felt tainted. Had she exploited her pain for gain? And Jordan? Their separation ached, a self-imposed exile. Jordan returned unexpectedly, bearing evidence. A whistleblower from the Harrisons' circle, confirming the bribery. I couldn't stay away, Jordan said. Their reunion was cautious, rebuilding trust. But ethics clashed. Jordan's article could seal the case but risk bias accusations. She chose integrity, handing notes to another reporter. The gesture mended wounds. Sadie saw Jordan's sacrifice mirrored her own. As trial resumed, tensions peaked. Witnesses flipped, exposing the Harrisons' manipulations. Mr. Harrison broke on the stand, admitting prejudice drove their actions. We thought we were saving her soul. The courtroom hushed. Sadie met his gaze, seeing regret mingled with defiance. The judge ruled in her favor. Full custody, restraining order, damages awarded. Victory but hollow. Lily lost grandparents. Sadie her illusions of reconciliation. Post-trial, life normalized slowly. Sadie and Lily moved to a quieter suburb, seeking peace. Work stabilized. Therapy continued. Jordan relocated to New York, their relationship resuming tentatively. But scars remained. Family dinners with Mia highlighted contrasts. Mia's straight privilege versus Sadie's battles. Jordan's disownment echoed, forging solidarity but underscoring losses. One evening, walking through Central Park, Sadie reflected on choices. Coming out. Freedom at isolation's cost. Fighting back. Justice via exposure. Loving again, hope amid risk. Each decision exacted a price: emotional, social, personal. Lily's laughter grounded her, a reminder of worth. Yet doubts lingered. Society's progress felt fragile. Another incident could unravel it. Sadie joined advocacy groups, channeling pain into change. Speeches detailed her journey, inspiring others but draining her. Balance eluded. Motherhood versus activism, love versus caution. A new conflict arose. Jordan proposed cohabitation. Sadie hesitated, fearing instability for Lily. "We've paid enough," Jordan argued. "Deserve happiness." But memories of betrayal haunted. A family therapy session revealed Lily's attachment to Jordan, complicating matters. Sadie's decision loomed. Embrace fully or protect cautiously. The apex came at a pride event. Sadie spoke on stage, crowd cheering. Spotting Jordan and Lily in the audience, warmth flooded. But a heckler shouted slurs, echoing the airport. Security intervened, but the incident reopened wounds. That night, Sadie confronted her fears. "I can't keep paying for others' hate." Jordan's embrace affirmed. Together, they'd endure. Rebuilding demanded deliberate steps. Sadie and Jordan attended couples counseling, unpacking baggage. Dr. Reyes facilitated. Trust is rebuilt through actions. Jordan's commitment shown, volunteering at Lily's school, supporting Sadie's advocacy. Their home became a sanctuary, filled with laughter and routine. But external pressures persisted. Jordan's family reached out tentatively, apologies laced with conditions. She rejected, choosing authenticity over reconciliation. Sadie admired her resolve, mirroring her own estrangement. Professionally, Sadie thrived, launching a consultancy for LGBTQ+ workplace inclusivity. Clients sought her expertise, turning trauma into triumph. Yet imposter syndrome nagged. Did she deserve this, or was it pity? A high-profile case tested her. A company facing similar discrimination suits. Advising them, she confronted biases head-on, empowering but exhausting. Lily flourished, her resilience inspiring. At 7 now, she navigated questions about her two moms with poise Sadie envied. School projects on family diversity showcased their bond, but occasional bullying required interventions. Sadie's protective instincts clashed with teaching empowerment. "People fear what they don't understand," she explained. Lily's nod hit deeper impacts, nightmares of separation. A betrayal resurfaced. Carla discovered the Harrisons violating the restraining order, sending anonymous gifts to Lily. Fury ignited. Sadie filed contempt charges. The hearing revealed Mrs. Harrison's breakdown. "We just wanted to know her." Pity mingled with anger. Their loss self-inflicted yet human. Sadie offered supervised visits, a olive branch amid wariness. The Harrisons accepted, first meeting tense but civil. Lily's curiosity bridged gaps, but Sadie remained vigilant. This compromise sparked internal debate. Was forgiveness weakness? Jordan supported. "It's for Lily, not them." But Mia cautioned. "Don't forget their harm." Sadie weighed. Healing versus justice. Choosing mercy felt right, but the price, renewed vulnerability. As months passed, normalcy settled. Holidays blended traditions. Thanksgiving with Mia's family, Christmas with Jordan's friends. Sadie proposed to Jordan on New Year's Eve, a quiet moment under fireworks. "We've earned this." Jordan's yes sealed their future, but planning unearthed issues. Legal protections for same-sex marriage, family attendance. Jordan's parents declined, a sting softened by chosen family's presence. The wedding was intimate, in a sun-drenched vineyard upstate. Vows exchanged tears and promises, to face storms together. Lily as flower girl beamed, symbolizing hope, but post-honeymoon reality intruded. A work trip for Sadie coincided with Jordan's deadline, straining balance. Arguments flared over priorities, career versus home. We're repeating patterns, Sadie feared. Therapy helped navigate, Dr. Reyes emphasized. Growth requires discomfort. They adjusted, sharing loads. Sadie scaled back travel. Jordan set boundaries. Their bond strengthened but sacrifices mounted. Missed opportunities, emotional fatigue. A societal shift bolstered them. Landmark rulings advancing LGBTQ+ rights. Sadie testified in D.C., her story influencing policy. Empowerment clashed with burnout. Media scrutiny persisted. One interview probed, "Do you regret coming out?" Sadie paused. "No, but I regret the world making it hard." Lily's 8th birthday marked a milestone. Surrounded by love, she thrived. But a school incident, a parent complaining about inappropriate family structures, revived fights. Sadie advocated securing inclusivity training. Victory, but the toll, exhaustion. Years blended into a tapestry of triumphs and trials. At 35, Sadie looked back. The airport incident a catalyst, exposing fissures but forging strength. Jordan, her anchor, shared burdens. Lily, now 10, embodied resilience. Outspoken, empathetic. Their family defied odds, but scars reminded of costs. The Harrisons integrated sporadically. Redemption arcs uneven. Mrs. Harrison's apology came haltingly. "We were wrong." Acceptance grew but trust tentative. Sadie's own family remained distant, a void filled by community. Professionally, Sadie's firm boomed, mentoring young queer professionals. Jordan's book on her journey hit shelves, dedicating it to Sadie. Success amplified voices, but invited criticism. Online trolls persisted, testing mental health. Therapy remained lifeline, addressing ongoing trauma. A new challenge emerged. Lily's questions about Emily. Was she like Jordan? Sadie shared stories, honoring the past while embracing present. Balancing memories with new love required delicacy. Guilt ebbed, replaced by gratitude. Socially, progress faltered with rising anti-LGBTQ+ legislation. Sadie rallied, protesting in Washington. Arrested briefly for civil disobedience, she faced consequences. Media frenzy, work disruptions. Jordan bailed her, worried. "Is it worth the risk?" Sadie affirmed, "For our future, yes." The incident deepened commitment, but highlighted perils. Personal growth culminated in a retreat. Alone in the mountains, Sadie meditated on choices. Defying norms, fighting injustice, loving fiercely. Each bore prices: isolation, pain, sacrifice, but yielded rewards. Authenticity, family, purpose. Returning, she surprised Jordan with adoption papers for a sibling. "Let's expand our love." Jordan agreed, embarking on the process. Hurdles arose, bureaucracy tinged with bias, but perseverance prevailed. Welcoming baby Mia completed their circle, a testament to endurance. Yet harmony fragile. A family crisis. Jordan's health scare, a benign tumor, forced priorities. Sadie's support unwavering, but fear exposed vulnerabilities. Recovery strengthened bonds, reminding of life's precarity. In quiet moments, Sadie pondered ethics. Had her battles changed anything? Society evolved slowly, prejudices lingering. Her story inspired, but at personal expense. Was the fight selfish or selfless? The journey's end brought reflection. From that fateful airport day, chains of events unraveled deceptions, forging unbreakable resolve. Love triumphed, but not without wounds. Was it right to forgive those who betrayed us? Or does true justice demand eternal separation?